486, anything like that? I wasn't there when they took him, the kid said. I just know he was the only one they took. The first time. Hillard nodded and keyed a note into his datapad. None of his superiors bothered to tell him what this was all about, only that the kid might know something vital to the war effort, that his father was some big-shot American scientist who had been kidnapped, and that Ikari High Command had an interest in getting Dr. Calvin Fender back, preferably before the Dejaric got whatever it was they wanted out of him. Do you have any idea where my dad is? The kid stared hard at Hillard, an intensity burning behind a pair of blue eyes, all the more striking for their bloodshot rims. The sergeant shook his head. We're working on it, son. My understanding is that the coalition is making it a high priority. They want to get your father back. We all do. It wasn't just a line. Hillard had heard stories about what the Dejaric did to their prisoners. Torture, interrogation, execution without trial. There was no galactic equivalent of the Geneva Convention to protect them. This war between the Dejaric and the Ikari, it was brutal, and everyone was paying the price. There were days he honestly wished those lanky blue or orange-eyed Ikari interlopers had never shown up to begin with, parking their silver ships in the Earth's atmosphere like they owned the place, dropping drills on every square inch of Earth they cared to. But if it hadn't been them, it probably would have been the Scalies, or some other alien race looking to poke holes in the planet's crust and squeeze it like a sponge, sucking out every last bit of V. That's how it was. You had something the universe wanted, they would find a way to take it. You could try to fight, or you could just let them have it, but either way, it was going to cost you. God, he was tired. What about my brother? The kid asked. Have you found anything about him? Or the pirates that took him? Hillard scrolled across his datapad screen, bringing up all the information he had on the kid's brother. Name, Leo Fender. Age, 13. Human, Earthborn. Assigned as a passenger aboard the Beagle, a ship that was now just space dust. The family was from Colorado. A lot of Ventasium in Colorado. Hillard had gone skiing there once, before the constant avalanches made it unsafe. That was pretty much all the info Hillard had on the brother. But there was quite a bit about the company he was presumably keeping. Several data files about the human pirate Bastian Black and his cutthroat crew, including a sizable bounty and an even bigger list of arrestable offenses. Leo Fender had picked the wrong ship to stow away on, assuming, of course, that the kid was still with them, that the pirates hadn't sold him to a slaver or simply blasted him out of the airlock. Hillard wasn't about to say it out loud, but the chances that someone like Black would keep ballast like that around were slim. Unless he thought he could get something out of him. Pirates could find profit in almost anything, and if Black knew who Leo's father was, at the very least he could use the kid to blackmail the dad, force him to give up secrets, research, anything he could turn around and sell on the black market. Hillard couldn't think of a single thing he wouldn't do to keep his own daughter safe. The sergeant conjured up a pathetic excuse for a smile, immediately regretted trying, and resumed his somber expression. I'm sorry, we don't have any information about your brother, but rest assured, we are looking for him as well. As hard as you're looking for my father? Hillard paused before answering. This kid was smart. Dr. Calvin Fender was a renowned physicist with intimate knowledge of V and the Coalition's ongoing research into its uses. Leo Fender was just a kid, one of millions who had been displaced or abandoned as a result of this war. The higher-ups made it clear that finding Dr. Fender was a priority, and that all effort would be expended to do so. The hope was that Leo would just turn up, much like his brother had. We really are looking for him, Hillard repeated. It was the best he could do. The young man leaned across the table, fingers clenched. Can't you tell me anything? I've answered all of your questions, and you've given me nothing. You don't know where my father is. You don't know where my brother is. You won't tell me what you're doing to find them. You can't even tell me why they took my dad in the first place.